All right, just picture this for a second. You are all alone, thousands of feet in the air, suspended between this huge blanket of stars and a world that's completely asleep down below. The only thing you can hear is the drone of your engine. It's 1:30 in the morning and everything feels just peaceful, almost a little too peaceful.
The moon's coming up behind me, lighting up this absolutely perfect, clear sky. Honestly, I was happy up there. Truly happy, all alone, high above the French countryside on my old Dakota plane. It's just me, my plane, and the stars. I'm flying home, heading back to England, and my mind, well, it's already there. I'm dreaming about my holiday, about seeing my family, and I swear I could almost taste the big English breakfast that I knew was waiting for me. Up to this point, a perfectly easy flight. Everything was going exactly to plan.
So the lights of Paris are just a distant twinkle now, maybe 150 kilometers behind me. The flight is totally smooth, but then, off on the horizon, I saw them.
Storm clouds, but they were huge. I mean, they didn't even really look like clouds. They looked like giant black mountains just standing there. A solid wall right in front of me, blocking my path across the sky.
Right away, I knew there was no way I could fly over them. And a quick look at the fuel gauges, well, that just confirmed the worst. I didn't have enough fuel to go around them either, not to the north or the south. Really, the only smart thing to do was to turn back to Paris. But I wanted to get home. That breakfast, my family. I really, really wanted to get home.
And right then, in that moment, I made my choice. I'll take the risk, I thought. And I pointed that old Dakota straight into the heart of the storm.
The second I entered the clouds, everything just went black. Instantly. I mean, it was impossible to see anything outside the airplane. Just absolute, total darkness.
My old plane started jumping and twisting violently in the air. I'm gripping the controls, but let's be real, I wasn't flying the plane anymore. The storm was.
So I looked down at my instruments, trying to get my bearings. I glanced at the compass, and I couldn't believe it. The needle was just spinning wildly, round and round and round. It was dead, totally useless.
And oh, it didn't stop there. One by one, the other instruments started to die too. I grabbed the radio. Paris control, can you hear me? Nothing, just static, dead air. The radio was gone.
So no compass, no radio, and I can't see a single thing. It was right then that the cold, hard truth just settled in. I was lost. Completely and utterly lost inside this storm.
And then, right in the middle of all that chaos, something impossible happened. Right there in the pitch black clouds, right next to me, I saw another airplane.
And here's the strangest part. It had no lights on its wings, not a single one. But somehow I could see it perfectly. I could even see the pilot's face, and he was turned towards me. And then he lifts one hand and he waves. You couldn't mistake that gesture. He was saying, "Follow me." And just like that, this huge wave of relief washed over me. He knows I'm lost, I thought. He's trying to help me. He turned his plane slowly to the north, right in front of my Dakota, making it super easy for me to follow. And at that point, what else could I do? I was just so happy to follow that strange plane, like an obedient child. For about half an hour, he just stayed right there in front of me, guiding me through the dark. But then, I glanced at my instruments, and this fresh jolt of fear just shot through me. The fuel gauge. I was on my last tank. I had maybe 5 or 10 minutes of flight time left. That panic started creeping back in, cold and sharp. But right then, just as that panic was really taking hold, he started to go down, and I followed him. And suddenly, we just burst out of the clouds. And there it was, 2 long straight lines of light, a runway, an airport. I was safe. Oh my gosh, I was safe. The relief was just overwhelming. I immediately turned my head to look for my friend, for the pilot in that black airplane who had just saved my life. But the sky was empty. There was nothing there. The black airplane was just gone. I couldn't see it anywhere.
As soon as I landed, I didn't even wait around. I just walked away from my Dakota and headed straight for the control tower. I found a woman in the control center and I went right up to her. I had to know, where was he? Where was the other pilot? I wanted to say thank you.
She looked at me very strangely, and then she laughed. "Another aeroplane?"
she said. Up there? In this storm? No, no other aeroplanes were flying tonight. Yours was the only one I could see on the radar.
So, who was it? Who helped me get there safely? With no compass, no radio, and with almost no fuel left in my tanks.
And I guess the biggest question of all is, who was that pilot on the strange black aeroplane? The one flying in the middle of a storm, with no lights? What do you think happened up there?